Mike Zimmer's made the decision. His guys will go for 2. They'll try and run with Drake. And they're a perfect 5 for 5 now on 2-point conversions as he is in to get them 2 more.
Well, I guess when you're hot, you're hot. I mean, I would just go ahead and take the extra point and move on, but apparently they've got something to prove. Almost feels like something was said this week, and they wanted to make sure that they laid it on them in this game.
And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
At their own 19-yard line.
Now the Patriot offense set to take over again. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Murray has it knocked loose. Fumble. Second time in this game, Charles, the ball has squirted out from his hands. Luckily, his teammate was there to pounce on it.
You're right. Got the lucky bounce, able to retain possession. You know, we often talk about the combine and why do we measure quarterbacks' hands. Is that really a big deal? It's for situations like this. Do you have the hands big enough and strong enough to hold on to the football while being jostled?
Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
I do. I think it's a high percentage play because you get the completion, and what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the first down. In this case, it didn't happen.
This is fielded at the 27. They'll get 9 yards on the return there following a punt of 42. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, we'll see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. I mean, that's what you work.
That's caught inside the 20. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Odell Beckham, 64 yards. As his guys continue to put this one out of reach. Justin Tucker for the extra point. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. They certainly made quick work of that, ultra-quick work. One of the fastest drives you'll ever see, just one play resulting in the touchdown. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Looking up into the roof, and he muffs it. It's loose. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line.
16-yard line.
The Pats at the line, ready to go. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working and call more of that.
Maybe a frustration penalty there because he's picked them apart.
They've tried their best to get to him and haven't done it successfully. A penalty as a result of that hit there.
On 1st and 10, here's Murray. He'll complete this to Ingram as tight end. And he'll be brought down at what's going to turn out to be the final play of this third quarter. Here's 2nd and 5 now from the 37. From the gun, Murray. The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. John Randall forced his way through, drops him for a loss of 10 yards.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
Wisnowski on to punt as he sends this one away. Officially, that'll be marked down as just a 28-yard punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. And now out comes Minnesota. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup? Let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3.
Odell Beckham
we got
Jr.
plenty of fight, baby.
Past the 20. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. So another score there, and often you talk about the 3 phases of the game. Defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately, the head coach will add a 4th phase. That's the coaching. And he'll tell the ownership that as he tries to negotiate a new contract off of this win.
They are looking strong here in the 4th quarter. And, boy, talk about adding insult to injury. He's into the end zone to tack on 2 more.
Personally, I'd rather see him kick the extra point there than to go for 2, but it almost feels like there's a story within the story here. I mean, this isn't college. You know, size of victory, that matters in those games. Here, all you have to do is win by 1 point. That's all that you need. Instead, they go for it, get 2. You got some pretty ticked off folks on the other sideline now.
And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape up past the 30.
1st and 10 at their own 31-yard line.
The Patriots offense now, they work their way back onto the field. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And okay, all right, I'm being facetious here, but you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
The intended target there was Jason Kroom, and now it's 2nd down. To throw again, Murray, and this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
This has been a rough one, to put it mildly, for him, and after this one's done, you just feel like at the post-game press conference, this team's going to have a lot of questions and definitely not a lot of answers.
Throwing is Murray on 3rd down. Steps away. He can run for it, and he will. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Able to find a lot of empty space there, picking up the 1st down and a 21-yard gain. So the Patriots with a football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Murray now on 1st down. Finds his tight end Ingram. A gain of 6 there on 1st. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. Evan Ingram was the intended target, and it's 3rd and 4. Another pass attempt, another incompletion. You figure defensively, you're in the 4th quarter here. You've held a team under 100 yards passing. You've done your job. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked by Tracy Porter. And I think he's going to go. They're not going to get him. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. That's the story of the game. They've been suffocating all game long on defense. They were suffocating there again in a big way.
And they've done it not just by out-athleting them, which is often the case, but by being able to adjust to anything they tried to throw at them and beating them to the punch each and every time. This was a defense that was well prepared.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
Their own 23-yard line.
The Patriots ready to try again on offense. Let's just be frank. they're playing for pride at this point.
That's all that's left, because victory, not a chance now. And I can't wait to see how they actually go about doing it, because there are a lot of people watching the body language of the guys on the field now, and if they call plays they want executed, they need to do that and do it really well.
Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. Calais Campbell finding his way home for the sack. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Another try after the first down sack. Murray. He was looking for Devin Singletary there, and it's 3rd down. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under.
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 29, and they will take over at the 29-yard line. Yet another mistake after the interception there, and gosh, you look up at the scoreboard, they just got to be thinking this one cannot get over fast enough.
It certainly can't. And also what happens when you get this big of a deficit, you're supposed to make all the right throws, right? You're supposed to try and obviously get the ball to your own guys. But being down this big, you also take even more chances. And in this,
and he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly, as that lead just swells and swells. Look, this has been dominance in all 3 phases: offense, defense, and special teams.
So don't we have to give a lot of credit, not just to what we've seen today, but the preparation in advance, coaching staff, commitment by the players to the game plan, and being ready to go in this one? You're exactly right. Clean sweep. And, boy, they're going to celebrate this one after it's over.
And on the other side, this is the game film you just flush and never go back and review. And he'll get into the end zone as the 2-point conversion is successful.
I think this is just going to be a function of the times we live in now. Very similar to the bat flip in baseball. Everyone's got to start to get comfortable with this. But to me, this is just rubbing it in. You got a big lead. Go ahead and take the extra point. One thing to keep in mind, though, karma's still out there, and sometimes it has a way of catching up with you.
The Patriots take over 1st and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
The Patriots ready to get the football back.
Entering screen resume.
They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest.
Don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Yeah, use that as ammo going forward.
Exactly. Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today, coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it, because
you're not going to want that feeling again.
No, you don't want that feeling again. And who knows? You may meet up with this team again.
Brings up 2nd and 3.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Murray fighting, lost the football. And this belongs to the Vikings.
The quarterback taken down and sacked. A fumble on the play. Recovery.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. They'll run with Drake. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
Well, partner, when a team's up this big, this late in the game, I always wonder what's their motivation, because if it's me, I'm thinking about pulling on the reins a little bit. But for them, I don't think it's in their DNA. It's not in their head coach's makeup at all. I think his opinion is, you stop.
Entering screen resume.
We're not supposed to pull back ourselves.
Now, once again, the Vikings are going to go for 2 here.
Conversion.
They'll try and run with Drake, and he will get into the end zone again, and he seems to have a nose for it as he gets both the touchdown and the 2-point conversion. And this is secured by the Patriots.
The onside kick is recovered by New
Well,
England.
fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we've brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a...
The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. And they just took a timeout with 2 seconds to go. This one obviously decided. Not sure they needed to take it, but we'll take it with them. Now, following the sack, they'll come up here on a 2nd down and 12. Murray, one final try. He's going to let it fly. And that will be incomplete as time has run out on this football game. So the final seconds have ticked away in this Minnesota victory. And I tell you what, Charles, this might be about as good as it gets. They were incredible.
Yeah, offense was in fine form. The defense threw the shutout at them. I think they worked in concert together. What I like about the offense was they held the ball pretty well.
Post-game report player stats. Entering screen player stats. Team 6. Team stats. KR turnover 3rd down 2 points. Red zone Reds 4th down 3rd turn total KR yards home 29 away 197. Post game report player stats. Entering screen player stats. Post finish game. Entering new items screen 300 coins. Solo battles opponent. Done. Pavella 3 FD 75 over. Legend.
Hello and welcome in. I'm the coach, and you're watching Madden Ultimate Team. We've been waiting for this one all week, and the wait is finally over. It's time to play ball.
Set to go now on a beautiful sunny afternoon. And we are underway in Foxborough. And he returns this to the 22.
The Patriots take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Come on, baby. Let's see what you got. Check, 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 check.
Now Corey Dillon, the 4-time Pro Bowler. Nifty move. 5 yards on the game's first play. 2nd down.
Ball carrier.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
An early test for this defense. Here we go on 3rd and inches.
Give me that ball, defense.
They'll try and run for the first with Dillon. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. They're able to convert with a gain of 4. Defense had a chance to get off the field here on the opening drive, couldn't do it.
I know that we go into these meetings with coaches, and sometimes maybe we can get, a little bit numb because they're always going to talk about how important 3rd down is, aren't they? Offense and defense. In this case, one capitalized, and the other, as you said, had a chance to get off the field. And
Entering screen resume.
Didn't get it done. I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
On second down, Dillon. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. An extra defender in the secondary for the Vikings here on 3rd down. Here's Dillon. And he's got the first down yardage there as he takes it just across midfield. Able to get what they need to keep the drive going with a 6-yard pickup on 3rd down. From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves them with a 2nd and 3.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
A good run, got 7 on 1st. Here's 2nd and 3. And now Murray's going to set up the throw. Rolling to his right. And now he's going to use his legs. And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. I guess no need to force it when you can do that instead. 1st down, 18-yard gain.
Well, that was man coverage. So once he decides to run with the football, there's no one to account for him, and he turns it into a nice gain.
Dillon now on 1st and 10. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
At the 16-yard line.
We're scoreless after 1.
The end of the 1st quarter with no score.
Hey, check Mike 27. Check Mike 27. Come on, D. Mike 27. Mike 27.
From the 16, Murray. They'll lock it with a grab over the middle. And the Patriots are going to have a 1st and goal as he'll be taken down at the 7-yard line. A terrific opening drive has them knocking on the door. 1st and goal. They'll run here with Dillon. And he's in. Touchdown, Patriots. Taking it in from 7 yards away. And the Patriots drive right down the field and score on the opening drive.
For the extra point.
Well, that drive felt like it took up an eternity. We finally have some action on the scoreboard.
Yeah, but plenty of action prior to, because that drive took up all the 1st quarter before we spilled into the 2nd, and finally, points were registered.
On the other sideline, they're chomping at the bit just to get the football. So after the touchdown, Martin now on to kick this one away. This one fielded at the 5. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33. So here's the Viking offense making their way out. And they'll be let out by the guy under center, Charles, their quarterback. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
And his task in this situation is making sure that his team knows that there's a sense of urgency, yet somehow still stays calm. Because your natural impulse, your first possession is not until the 2nd quarter, is you got to attack right away. Throw something big at them right away. Yeah, you got to move the ball, but maybe be a little bit careful in doing so.
And he finds a man. It's McCaffrey. And he will have a Vikings 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. A reminder that when halftime rolls around, Jonathan Coachman will have all the highlights and analysis of this first half of play from our studios in Orlando. He'll let it go deep for Beckham. And this is, oh my goodness, he pulled it in one-handed. It's a big one there for the Vikings. 41 yards. A chance now to get even before the break as they come up 1st and goal. On 1st and goal, Drake. And this play doesn't go anywhere. Backwards, losing yardage to the 11. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down. They'll try again with Drake. And he'll take this one inside the 10 down to the 8. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. 3rd and goal, it's Drake. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. Now the Patriots going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. And no hesitation about this decision here. Confidently, they're going to go for this. 4th and goal from the 3. He's got his man. It's taken in for a Viking touchdown.
To number 87.
And McCaffrey there to make the grab. And the Vikings are an extra point away from tying this thing up. Big fourth down conversion for the score, and the defense, that is a tough pill to swallow.
Big time for them. How about them just deciding to go for it on fourth down? And, forget the field goal, because that looked like an easy 3 points. Yeah, you might have had a defensive breakdown in there, but they pressed the issue and found a way to get it into the end zone. Give them big credit for that.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. A short kick taken at the 18. The lane opens here. He's past the 30.
Patriots take over first and 10 at their own 33-yard line.
So back onto the field come the Pats for their second drive. And you have to figure they won't just sit on the football here in the final minute. The way things have gone, they need to try to make something happen offensively.
But maybe they should. Maybe they should sit on it here because of what you just said. They haven't made anything happen offensively. Getting ready to go into the half, give them a chance to take a deep breath, exhale a little bit, and start over. I don't know if this is the time to push it myself.
Yeah, right now under 100 yards of total offense. Murray now on first down. That ball caught. It's Mark Andrews, the tight end. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. That goes as a gain of 11 and a Patriot first down. And he's going to keep it here. The 20. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. The Patriots will take their third and final timeout, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half.
First and 10 at the 19-yard line.
Here's Greg Joseph now to try the field goal. From the left hash, it's a 36-yard attempt. The kick by Joseph is good. And they stake claim to the lead here. It's 10-8.
Patriots 10, Vikings 8.
Well, the drive ends in just 3, but they'll take it. Looks like they'll head to the locker room, barring something unfortunate, in front on the scoreboard.
Yeah, they may not be jumping up and down and celebrating because they have the lead, but still, any little momentum in a game like this is important to a team, and they'll feel real good about going in and regrouping, knowing that they are out in front.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation.
That's caught inside the 20.
Oh, yeah.
Touchdown, Vikings.
Complete.
A big play there in the final seconds of the first half. And the Vikings are going to retake the lead. Mike Zimmer's made the decision. His guys will go for 2.
Well, if the plan is to come in here and go toe-to-toe with these guys, it certainly does not hurt if you hit them with a big shot along the way, too.
That's got to give them some confidence. And the other thing right now, it quiets this crowd, at least for the time being.
Yeah, that is what is called the intended consequence of their actions.
And this is secured by the Patriots. A second quarter onside kick there that failed. Is that something that maybe...
Entering screen resume.
they had dialed up before this game started?
It feels like it, doesn't it? That they thought they had the right situation, you know, and the right approach in going after it. Also may signal that they feel like they have the superior team, that they can try these sorts of things and it won't come back and hurt them later.
He's airing it out for Williams. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Shaquille Griffin with a pick. And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
Patriots 10.
Okay, right, Brandon. Thanks very much. And welcome in, everyone, to this slimmed-down version of the EA Sports Halftime Report. We saw a strong first half from our quarterback. His guys have the lead, as we'll hand it back over to our commentators. Brandon Godden.
The Vikings have to like their position. They've got the lead. They get this football as well as we are back and underway for the second half. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return.
Take over first and 10 at their own 31-yard line.
Out come the Vikings. They'll have it first on offense as we begin the third. And last time the formula was pretty simple. One play drive, long pass. That maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you want to draw things up. Whether it's on your grease board, right, in your playbook, one play drives exactly what you want on offense. What they have to be careful of is not having a letdown. It was real easy last time. They can't expect that going forward.
And we'll see if it's that easy here. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. They stay on the ground with Drake. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. 15 yards on the play, first down.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
So into Pat's territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
And he'll get about 3 as he's brought down to the 28.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
And he will have a Vikings first down, I do believe. Yes, he's got it by about a yard there on 3rd and 3.
A gain of 4 yards. First down, Vikings.
And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. You are watching Madden Ultimate Team on EA Sports. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he'll get about 5 here as he'll take this down inside the 20-yard line. Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down.
At the Patriots' 19-yard line.
Right back to Drake. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down. This is 3rd and 2. Maybe the biggest play in this football game. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. It's 1st and goal, and a late touchdown at this stage could officially salt this one away. They'll try to pound it in with Allstott. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. A 5-yard touchdown run. And the Vikings are going to add on to their lead. The Vikings leave the offense on the field as they're going to line up and go for 2.
Well, that was absolutely ideal for them, wasn't it? Trying to salt this game away. I think one of my kids just graduated in the amount of time they had the football. That was absolutely impressive.
Everybody wants those salt away the game drives. What makes them successful?
Well, when you're able to mix run-pass, when you're able to control the football and stay ahead of the chains, I'm using every cliche I know, but that's how you get it done because you're not taking negative plays, and that way you're able to run what you want to run when you get a chance to call it.
Patriots take over 1st and 10 at their own 33-yard line.
So the Patriots now down by 2 touchdowns, 1:51 on the clock. It's been a struggle to score all day, and now they need to do it twice here late to have a chance. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Tyler Lockett was the target there, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
Jenkins on the coverage.
Hey, watch the ball, watch the ball. Mike 27, Mike 27, Mike 27.
Throwing again. Murray. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, third down. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Operating from the gun. Murray looking left side. Andrews with it complete. And he will have a Patriots first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. 18 big yards on that one and a New England first down. And oh, so close as he takes it all the way to the 2-yard line.
That's good for a
Play fake. Murray.
You can feel the effort all the
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Shaquille Griffin with a pick. And he's into the clear. 20.
Have some of this.
And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
Well, there's just about a minute left in this game, and they're still taking it to the end zone. And you know they could have taken a knee there, but they decided to play this one all the way out. And I think their philosophy is